Joe carried a message through an artillery bombardment in Italy and saved units of the 56th London Division. Now he's got the most important chest in Britain. On it is the Dickin Medal, the VC of the feathered world.
Some moments are trapped in photos, revealing the dark moments of the past and its haunting tales. As the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it couldn't be more accurate. These ancient photos reveal stories words fail to express. Join us as we reveal the most rare and historical photos nobody has ever seen. The era of bedside smoking. In the 1950s, it was a common sight to see cigarettes everywhere, even in places you wouldn't expect, like hospital rooms. Many people thought that smoking was a good way to relax and reduce hunger.
Somebody finally put this. True taste in a filter cigarette. Well, it figures. Those Chesterfield people have been making great cigarettes for 50 years or more.
This meant that patients lying in their hospital beds could easily buy a pack of cigarettes. This idea may seem strange and unwise by today's standards, but at that time, the majority of people were not aware of the significant health risks associated with smoking. They did not know about the dangers of lung disease, heart problems, and other serious issues caused by smoking. Over time, our understanding has grown significantly. Today, we have a much clearer understanding of how harmful smoking can be to our health. We know about the risks of cancer, breathing problems, and more. As a result, society's view of smoking has shifted dramatically. Smoking is no longer seen as a harmless habit, but rather as a dangerous one that should be avoided. After talking about smoking, let's see another strange thing from the past: baby cages. Fresh air for infants, an old practice. In the past, specifically around 100 years ago, there was a peculiar practice involving something known as baby cages. These unusual devices were designed to hold babies and were attached to the outside of apartment windows. The intention was to provide the young ones with plenty of fresh air and sunlight while they were suspended high above the ground. However, the thought of hanging babies outside windows seems shocking and dangerous by modern standards. Today, the concept of raising children has evolved significantly. Parents now focus on nurturing their children's independence within the safety of their homes. They look for ways to encourage their kids to be self-reliant and confident without exposing them to unnecessary risks. The evolution from using baby cages to adopting more thoughtful parenting approaches reflects our society's growing understanding of child safety and development. The idea of baby cages is now just a curious footnote in history, as parents have developed new methods to ensure their children's well-being and growth. Moving on from baby cages, let's meet a dog and pigeons who work together in a war. Paws and wings, unlikely soldiers. During a time of war, a unique communication school in Belgium had a remarkable idea. They decided to use animals to help carry important messages. Among these animals were a smart dog and a team of carrier pigeons. The dog was given a special job. It wore a harness that could carry a basket of pigeons. This brave dog would then travel across dangerous fields to the front lines of the war. Imagine this incredible scene: a dedicated dog marching through the battlefield, carrying pigeons that would soon fly off with critical messages. These messages could contain anything from urgent updates to secret plans. The pigeons, once released, would soar high into the sky, racing back to deliver their important cargo. This was teamwork at its finest, with each animal playing a crucial role in the mission. The dog, with its loyalty and bravery, ensured the pigeons reached their starting point safely. Then, the pigeons, with their speed and sense of direction, completed the journey by delivering the messages quickly and accurately. This unique method of communication was a testament to the creativity and resourcefulness of those living through the war. It showed how, in times of need, different species could work together towards a shared goal. Leaving behind animal messengers, let's check out a famous leader's unique style during tense times. 2 watches, 1 leader. In 1963, an unforgettable moment was captured during high-level discussions at the Kremlin. The photograph shows Fidel Castro, the leader of Cuba, in a striking pose. He appears relaxed and full of confidence, smoking a Cuban cigar. But what really catches the eye are the two Rolex watches he's wearing on one wrist. This detail is intriguing because it hints at Castro's complex personality and his knack for standing out. The image isn't just about his poise or his fashion sense. It's a window into the enigmatic and charismatic nature of Castro. The dual Rolexes could symbolize power, wealth, or perhaps the constant pressure of time in political and military strategy. It's this blend of confidence, style, and mystery that makes the photo so captivating. In another notable event, in 1977, Barbara Walters, a well-known journalist from ABC, flew to Cuba for an extensive interview with Castro. This interview, lasting 5 hours, was a significant moment in media history. It provided an in-depth look at Castro's thoughts and leadership, further adding layers to his public image. Through these instances, we get a glimpse into the complex figure that Fidel Castro was. Next, we go from style and politics to a weird health idea about staying young with sunshine and rabbits. Dr. Heines's Ageless adventure. In the heart of Berlin, back in 1925, a doctor named Heines came up with a very unusual experiment aimed at turning back the clock on aging. He believed he had discovered a secret formula for eternal youth. This formula involved taking a special liquid extracted from a live hair and injecting it into people. But he didn't stop there. He also encouraged his patients to spend time in the sunlight and engage in regular physical exercises. Dr. Heines thought that combining the hair's vitality with the natural benefits of sunshine and movement would rejuvenate the body and spirit. This concept may sound strange to us now, but back then it was quite innovative and attracted many curious individuals. They wondered if this could be the answer to maintaining youth and vigor. People lined up to try this new treatment, eager to see if they could indeed feel younger and more vibrant. The idea of using parts of nature, along with physical activity, as a way to preserve youthfulness was an intriguing one. However, as time passed, science and medicine evolved, leading us to discover more effective and safer methods to stay healthy and delay the signs of aging. From trying to stay young, let's climb to the story of a big tower in Paris that was supposed to be temporary. The tower that Paris kept. In 1887, Paris began to witness the construction of what would become one of the most famous landmarks in the world. Gustave Eiffel, a civil engineer, embarked on a project to build the Eiffel Tower for the 1889 Centennial Exposition. Initially, this iron structure, with its 4 grand legs arching towards the sky, was intended to be nothing more than a temporary exhibit. It was supposed to stand for a few months and then be dismantled. However, something unexpected happened. As the tower reached completion and the people of Paris gazed up at this new addition to their city, they began to see it in a new light. What was once thought of as a temporary attraction soon won the hearts of Parisians and visitors alike. The tower's unique design and the engineering marvel it represented led to a change of plans. Instead of being taken down, the Eiffel Tower was left standing. This decision marked a turning point for Paris. The Eiffel Tower quickly became the city's symbol, embodying Parisian elegance and innovation. Its survival and transformation from a temporary exhibit to a permanent icon highlight the unpredictable nature of public opinion and the enduring allure of architectural masterpieces. Leaving the tower behind, let's join a huge crowd marking a new start for a big country. Unity in the Square, 1949. The year 1949 marked a monumental moment in China's history. It was the culmination of a long and tumultuous revolution, a time of great change and fervent hopes for the future. A massive gathering took place, symbolizing the dawn of a new era. Thousands of people came together, their faces full of hope and determination, carrying banners and raising their voices in unison. This wasn't just any gathering. It was a powerful demonstration of unity and strength, signaling the end of one chapter in China's history and the beginning of another. This historic assembly was critical because it led to the establishment of the People's Republic of China. The energy and passion of the people during this rally were palpable, representing a collective desire for change and a better future. The scenes of unity and the overwhelming sense of purpose shared by so many individuals highlighted the importance of this event. The establishment of the People's Republic of China marked a significant transformation in the nation's political and social landscape. It was the start of a journey towards a new governmental structure and way of life for millions of Chinese people. From big changes in countries, we switched to a new way of talking on the phone that made things easier. Hands-free, the new talk wave. In the year 1957, an intelligent engineer by the name of James A. Craig did something quite remarkable in Clifton, New Jersey. He showcased a clever invention using an automatic mobile phone system created by the Allen B. Dumont Laboratories. This device quickly became a popular topic of conversation in the town. Following its success, the Richmond Radio Telephone Service decided to incorporate this technology, marking a significant moment in history. This innovation meant that people could now have phone conversations in their cars without needing to use their hands to make the call. This was all thanks to the ingenuity of James and his remarkable device. Calls could now be made automatically, moving through the local telephone networks without any manual intervention. It felt like a form of magic, transforming the way people communicated while on the move, making it easier and more enjoyable to stay connected with others. After talking about phones, let's look at a young boy who would grow up to be a tech leader. Musk, the early years on land. Long before Elon Musk became known as a major figure in the technology world, there was a moment captured in time when he was just 17 years old, standing on his cousin's farm. At this point, he hadn't yet established himself as a leader in technology. In the snapshot, he is seen wearing two different hats and holding a simple hammer, an image that contrasts sharply with his future self. Yet even in this rural setting, away from the complexities of technology, Elon's natural curiosity and unwavering determination were evident. This seemingly ordinary teenager would eventually go on to instigate significant changes across various industries, demonstrating that even the most humble beginnings can lead to monumental achievements. Leaving the future tech leader, let's go back and see why some athletes smoked while racing. The smoky race, cyclists of the 20s. Back in the 1920s, the cyclists participating in the Tour de France engaged in a practice that might seem quite peculiar today. They often passed cigarettes among themselves. This period had different perceptions regarding health and fitness, with the culture around these topics being far from what it is currently. The cyclists of that era blended physical exertion with social interactions, which included smoking together. Even as they pushed their bodies to the limits during the races, they found time to bond over cigarettes. This behavior is a telling snapshot of the sports culture at the time, highlighting a unique blend of athleticism and social habits that were considered normal back then. From racing athletes to flying high, let's see a helicopter that set records. Ascending crowds, the R5 debut. On a brisk winter day, January 10, 1946, in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, an extraordinary event took place that would mark a significant moment in aviation history. The powerful Army Sikorsky R5 helicopter, a marvel of engineering, was about to demonstrate its formidable capabilities. As the helicopter's blades began to spin and whir, an astonishing thing happened. Not just the pilot, but a total of 17 people were lifted high into the air, defying the weight that bound them to the earth. Below, crowds of amazed spectators looked up in wonder, their faces lit with excitement as they witnessed this incredible sky show. This was not just any ordinary test flight. These were record-setting trials that would push the boundaries of what was considered possible. And indeed, records were shattered that day as the R5 soared to new heights, reached unprecedented speeds, and did so while carrying a significant load. It was as if the helicopter was showing off its strength, proving to everyone watching, both in the sky and on the ground, the impressive advancements in aviation technology. This event was not just a display of mechanical prowess, but a symbol of human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of breaking barriers. From the skies, we moved to hospitals where clowns used to visit, which might seem strange now. Hospital haunts, the clown visits. Back in the early part of the 20th century, a time that feels worlds away from our current era, there was a peculiar practice aimed at bringing joy to those who needed it most. Creepy-looking clowns, which today might remind us more of characters from a horror film than harbingers of joy, were dispatched to hospitals with a mission to cheer up sick children. It's a concept that might seem bizarre by today's standards. These clowns, with their exaggerated makeup and costumes, intended to bring laughter and light to the gloomy confines of hospital wards. However, looking back at photographs from that time, the clowns appear more likely to induce nightmares than smiles. This shift in perception highlights how societal norms and attitudes towards what is considered comforting or entertaining can change dramatically over time. The once comforting figure of the hospital clown has now transformed in the public imagination into something far more sinister, reflecting a broader change in how we perceive and interpret images and characters. Next, from quiet hospitals to a loud oil field, watch a big fire that caused a lot of damage. Black Gold Ablaze, 1928's lesson. In the heart of the Santa Fe Springs oil field in the year 1928, a catastrophic event unfolded that would leave an indelible mark on the local community and the oil industry. A towering inferno erupted suddenly from the Bellevue No. 1 oil well, unleashing a monstrous column of fire that lit the sky with an eerie glow. This was no ordinary fire. It was a mammoth blaze that burned with such intensity that it produced virtually no smoke, a rare and terrifying spectacle. The fire's immense heat wreaked havoc, spreading uncontrollably and consuming nearby oil derricks in its wrath. As the flames devoured everything in their path, the financial toll began to mount, quickly reaching astronomical sums, reflecting the extensive damage inflicted on a once thriving oil field. This event was the second major fire to ravage the area, underscoring the inherent dangers and unpredictable nature of oil extraction. The 1928 Santa Fe Springs fire stands as a dramatic and somber reminder of the raw power of nature and the risks that come with tapping into its resources. After the fire, let's meet a brave woman who went over a huge waterfall in a barrel. The Plunge of Lifetime, Waterfall Warrior. On the special day of October 24th, 1901, a truly remarkable woman did something that seemed impossible. She went against the powerful force of gravity at the massive and roaring Niagara Falls. Instead of watching from the sidelines, she decided to take a huge leap of adventure and bravery. She climbed into a barrel, not just any ordinary barrel, but one that was meant to protect her from the powerful water. Then, with the world watching, she plunged down the high and loud falls. This wasn't just a small act, it was a gigantic and daring leap that etched her name into the pages of history forever. Think about it. This wasn't a simple, everyday event. This was a real, heart-pounding adventure that must have filled her with both extreme excitement and fear. Going down the falls, she must have felt the rush of the cold water and the deafening sound of the falls all around her. It was a test of bravery, a bold statement of courage that caught the eyes and hearts of everyone who heard about it. This woman showed what it means to be truly courageous and adventurous. From a daring adventure, let's go to a party in a vineyard celebrating a big grape harvest. Sweet grapes of success, the 1930 party. In the warm and sunny climate of Burbank, California, 1930 was a year to remember, especially because of the grape harvest. That year, the harvest was not just good, it was one of the largest they had ever seen. It was so big and important that the local people, especially the young and fashionable ladies from Burbank's high society, decided to throw a massive celebration. They called it the Open Air Festival, and they held it right in the middle of the well-known McClare Vineyards. It was more than just a party. It was a magnificent event where traditions and joy blended beautifully. During the festival, they crowned the Queen of the Vineyards for that year, making her a symbol of the town's joy and the fruitful harvest. Imagine the scene. Wilma Smith, surrounded by mountains of juicy, ripe grapes, picking one up and tasting its sweet flavor, all while everyone around her is filled with laughter and happiness. It was a day full of fun, laughter, and celebration, a day that turned into a cherished memory, for the lively community of Burbank. They weren't just celebrating the grape harvest. They were celebrating their togetherness, their community, and the beautiful life they were living in their vibrant town. Leaving the party, let's see a fancy old car that ran on electricity, a big deal back then. The future on wheels, early electric car. Back in the year 1898, an extraordinary event took place that marked a significant moment in the history of transportation. The Tesla electric car, a vehicle that combined luxury with the latest technology, was created specifically for the Grand Duke Alexandrovich. This car wasn't just another vehicle, it was a masterpiece of innovation, a beacon of progress in the dawn of the automotive era. The creation of such a car was an unbelievable feat, especially at a time when most transportation was still powered by horses and steam. The famous photograph taken by Jean-Jacques Gilman is a testament to this incredible moment. It shows the blend of royal elegance with the futuristic vision of electric mobility. Just imagine the awe and wonder on people's faces as they saw this sleek, silent, and powerful car gliding through the streets. It was not merely a mode of transport, it was a symbol of what the future could hold. The electric car represented a leap forward, showing the world the potential for cleaner, more efficient forms of transportation. It made people dream of a world where innovation and technology could lead to a better, more sustainable way of life. After the car, let's get ready with soldiers in a city preparing for trouble. The calm before. Vienna's protector. In a remarkable moment captured in the photograph, Ready for Action, we witness the intense preparation and vigilance of forces in Vienna. The city was a hive of activity as troops swiftly mobilized, equipped with the resolve to handle any disturbances that might arise. The streets saw the silent but imposing march of armored vehicles, a clear sign that security was of utmost importance. These machines, large and formidable, patrolled the main thoroughfares, a vigilant watch against unforeseen events. The men and women in uniform, regarded as guardians of peace, were the epitome of readiness, embodying the spirit of protection and order. Imagine the charged atmosphere, a mix of anticipation and determination, as these defenders of the city braced themselves for potential crises. Their presence was a testament to their commitment to safeguard the residents and the tranquility of the urban landscape. Each person, each vehicle, was a crucial part of a larger effort to maintain harmony and prevent chaos. It's more than just a picture. It's a narrative of a community's resilience and the courage of its protectors, standing firm against the tides of disorder, ensuring the safety and well-being of all. From the city streets, let's marvel at a huge tree and the wonders of nature. The forest's silent sentinels. The 1990 snapshot brings to light the sheer magnificence and extraordinary beauty of the natural world, epitomized by the towering presence of a giant sequoia. This is not just any tree. It's a marvel of the Earth's flora, standing tall and proud, a silent witness to centuries of history. The giant sequoia, known for its immense size and striking stature, represents nature's grand architecture. Its vast trunk and sprawling branches speak volumes of the unspoken wonder hidden within remote forests. This incredible living being, with its thick bark and lofty height, demonstrates the unique and awe-inspiring creations of our planet. Imagine walking beneath the colossal canopy, surrounded by the tranquil sounds of the wilderness, looking up to see the sky barely peeking through the dense foliage. This tree is not just a plant. It's a symbol of nature's enduring strength and its ability to astonish us with its creations. The photograph serves as a reminder of the world's natural wonders, urging us to explore, appreciate, and preserve the remarkable biodiversity surrounding us. Moving from nature, let's see a little girl who won everyone's hearts as the most beautiful child. The 20s tiny beauty queen. In 1927, a photograph captured the heartwarming moment when Marcia Penfield, a mere 6-month-old infant, was declared the most beautiful child in America. This was no small feat in a time known as the Roaring Twenties, a period filled with glamour and celebration. Marcia's enchanting smile and innocent charm won the hearts of a nation, making her an overnight sensation. She was more than just a child. She was a symbol of joy and beauty, bringing light and happiness to all who beheld her. Her title as the most adorable child was not just about her physical appearance, but also about the hope and cheerfulness she represented. In an age filled with new inventions, cultural shifts, and vibrant life, Marcia Penfield stood out as a beacon of purity and delight. Her legacy as a tiny beauty queen transcends mere aesthetics. It embodies the universal joy that children bring into the world. Her story is a sweet reminder of the simple pleasures in life, the innocence of youth, and the way a single smiling face can unite people in a shared moment of happiness. It's a tale that continues to resonate, reminding us of the timeless beauty and wonder of childhood. From a cute child, let's move to war, where pigeons played a big role in sending messages. The Skyborne Medals, war pigeons. Once upon a time, during the tough times of World War I in 1917, there were some brave soldiers fighting on the Western Front. These soldiers had a unique set of helpers, carrier pigeons. Picture this. The soldiers are in a muddy trench, and they need to send a really important message across. They couldn't use phones or emails back then, so what did they do? They turned to their trusted birds. They would carefully tie a tiny piece of paper with crucial information around the pigeon's leg and release it into the sky, hoping it would find its way. Now, let me tell you about a very special pigeon named Cher Ami. This wasn't just any bird. Cher Ami was a true war hero. Over in France, during a particularly fierce battle called Verdun, Cher Ami flew back and forth, carrying 12 incredibly important messages. These weren't just any messages. They were life-saving words that helped a lot of people. Because of its bravery, Cher Ami was given a big award by the French. It's kind of amazing to think about it. A small bird fluttering over the chaos of war, making a huge difference. These pigeons, with their feathers flapping in the wind, were more than just birds. They were the silent heroes of the war, delivering hope and instructions when it was most needed. After the pigeons, let's watch people doing amazing tricks high up on a building. Highrise Heroes, the Skywalkers. Let's shift the scene to a place way up high, the 86th floor of a towering skyscraper. Here, you'll find some truly fearless performers, the acrobats. These aren't your everyday performers. These are individuals who laugh in the face of danger. They step out into the open air where the ground seems like a distant memory, and they begin their dance. It's a dance that most of us would never dream of attempting. They leap, twist, and turn, all while suspended high above the earth. This isn't just about being strong or agile, it's about overcoming fear. Every move they make is a testament to what humans can achieve when they set fear aside and embrace their true potential. Watching them, you can't help but be captivated. Their performance is more than just entertainment. It's a breathtaking, heart-stopping ballet that celebrates the very essence of bravery and human spirit. It's a reminder that sometimes, to achieve the extraordinary, we must dare to dance with danger. Coming down from high up, let's meet a brave little dog that became a war hero. The valor of a veteran dog. Now, meet Sergeant Stubby, an ordinary Boston Bull Terrier who became anything but ordinary during World War I. Stubby started off as a cute little mascot, but he quickly became much more than that. He turned into a legend on the battlefield. Despite facing the horrors of war and getting injured, Stubby showed something remarkable. He could detect danger, specifically gas attacks, before anyone else could. This wasn't just a neat trick. It was a life-saving skill that protected many soldiers. But that's not all. Stubby did things no one could have imagined. He ran through the battlefield, finding and helping wounded soldiers. He even caught a spy all by himself. Can you imagine that? A dog catching a spy. For his incredible acts, Stubby was officially recognized and became the first dog to be given a rank in the United States Armed Forces. His story isn't just about a dog in the war. It's about a four-legged hero who, battle after battle, showed the heart and courage of a true warrior. Stubby wasn't just a pet. He was a symbol of bravery, earning respect and medals, and showing that sometimes heroes come on four legs, not just two. After the hero dog, let's peek at an old way of taking photos with kids and their hidden moms. Ghostly guardians, the invisible mothers. Long ago in the 1880s, when the world was black and white in photographs and life moved at a slower pace, mothers came up with a unique and clever solution for a common problem. Photographing children was no easy task because cameras back then were not like the quick, snappy ones we have now. They required the subject to stay still for a long time, which, as any parent knows, is nearly impossible for energetic, squirmy children. So, what did these resourceful Victorian mothers do? They invented the hidden mother technique. These mothers would dress in a plain sheet or large piece of fabric and sit behind their children during the photo shoot. Essentially, they turned themselves into human tripods but with a comforting touch. They were hidden from view, camouflaged in the background, holding their little ones gently but firmly to keep them from moving too much. The idea was to blend in with the backdrop or the chair the child was sitting on, becoming invisible to ensure that the photo captured just the calm, serene face of their child and not the inevitable fidgeting or crying. Leaving the hidden moms, let's chill on the beach with a famous leader showing his relaxed side, the Prime Minister's day off. Winston Churchill, a name synonymous with leadership, grit, and the British bulldog spirit, also had moments where he was just another person enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Amid the chaos of leading a country through turbulent times, he found solace and joy in the seaside's tranquility and ordinariness. It's a lesser-known side of Churchill, one that saw him stepping away from the weight of his responsibilities to bask in the sun and sea, just like any other person. These seaside retreats were not just breaks for relaxation, but also a testament to his human side, which craved normalcy and leisure like anyone else. Churchill, often seen in photographs with his iconic cigar and stern expression, swapped the heavy coat of leadership for beach attire, mingling with ordinary people, sharing laughs and enjoying idle chats. It was here, against the backdrop of the calming waves and sandy beaches, that the barrier between the formidable Prime Minister and the common man thinned. From the beach, let's fly with smart pigeons that took pictures from the sky, feathered lenses, the flying photographers. Imagine the world from a new perspective, one soaring high above the rooftops and fields, seeing the earth from the sky. This was the vision of Julius Neubronner, a German inventor and visionary who turned ordinary pigeons into extraordinary photographers. Before the age of drones and satellites, Neubronner saw the potential in these common birds, equipping them with miniature cameras timed to capture images from above. These winged shutterbugs, as they became known, offered a glimpse into a previously unseen world. With small cameras secured to their bodies, they were unwitting pioneers of aerial photography, capturing landscapes, towns, and even historical events from a bird's-eye view. This innovative method was not just a quirky experiment, but a forward-thinking approach to photography and surveillance, especially considering the era's limited technology. Neubronner's feathered photographers were more than just a novelty. They were the first of their kind, laying the groundwork for the modern aerial photography that we now take for granted. Each time the timer activated, these pigeons, flying freely, would snap a photo, unknowingly documenting their surroundings and providing valuable images that were otherwise unattainable. Have these snapshots from the past ignited your curiosity or broadened your perspective? What untold stories or hidden truths do you think they reveal? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating journeys through history.